3 weeks. What the sad about that. Just gave us
Или паспорт поменяли.
who's coming.
Олег!
Put a revolving
If they ask me.
Дима я знаю, я знаю. Вот, Camera. I go on the roof and use me. Oh, чем? Stop it.
Actually, that before, but
Yuri, thank you so much. I'm heading out. We'll see you. See you. Come back to U.S. Come back to Spartanburg, please. You do.
Из этой ссылки я возьму. Я даже дам тебе пару сотен долларов, которые остались.
Там книги.
Электронные.
книга это источник силы. Почувствуйте вкус говядины.
Good аппетит. Thank you.
Давайте его накормим напоследок.
Вчера наелся.
Наелся, супа похлебал, 2 ложки, короче, с мясом. Что меня очень впечатлило и что мне очень понравилось,
What I was impressed and what I liked a lot
это то, что в работе с детьми в Соединенных Штатах
is that in the work with children in the United States,
нет понятия необучаемые дети.
there is no such concept as children who cannot be taught.
Все дети, независимо от их психического или физического состояния,
All the children, regardless of their psychic or mental condition,
с этими детьми проводится работа.
they're involved into active work.
С этими детьми проводится обучение.
Teachers teach them, teachers work with them, teachers try to develop them.
И это замечательно.
And that is great.
Yeah.
Tuesday at 7 o'clock. You.
See, I don't think we're separated because I mean, it's got to be.
Maybe yes. Олег, надо проходить.
Thank you.
Good to meet you.
I'll tell you what, it's stuff, it's take everything off. Gotta go back there, I know. Yeah.
Where's your bag? Where's your bag?
Good job. Okay, all of them towards the gates now.
You sure you can't see? The escalator's gone. I think one of our goals was to identify the areas that Spartanburg and Irkutsk could mesh together and make some connections. We had thought that there were a couple of areas with possibilities. The Described and Captioned Media program we thought was a good possible match. And then we thought that we would find some other programs as we went along. And what actually evolved out of the interactive discussions is that almost all through the process, almost throughout the visits, we saw areas that we could collaborate. And as the team became closer together, there was more interest in continuing our relationship and building that collaboration so that our relationships became more dynamic and a more important part of the process. And I think people have left today already having made arrangements to see each other and meet each other again. So I think the bonding was extremely powerful. I think for me, the educational process, personally, I thought I knew a lot about this kind of subject, this kinds of businesses, the kinds of social operations, because I've been deeply involved and committed in this community for nearly 40 years. And what I learned is that there are so many new technologies, and that some of the things we do could be considered controversial, some of the things they do could be considered controversial, and that we had a chance to really discuss at a very deep level some of the issues, the life issues, and I think it stirred questions in all of us as which cultural way is the best? Is there a best practice on a global level? We all look at supply chains and connections in business, but when we look at social connections, it's very rare that social services and social sciences get the opportunity to collaborate. We spent Friday lunch with Senator Graham's representative, and he was extremely inquisitive because, of course, the Senate, U.S. Senate, funds this program, and he was really trying to measure the value from the participants in his interviews yesterday. And because I was seated beside him, I got the chance to listen to his questions, his concerns, and his value measurements. And I think he went away feeling that it was a very positive experience and very worthwhile. We talk so much about budget cuts in our government, but when you see the connections of human beings and the host families, even people who were not part of the Rotary Club that hosted people, bonded so closely that they were here at the airport to say goodbye and walked away with an emptiness in their hearts. So we know that they came from Russia with love, and they took love back from us, and we all learned to sign things that we didn't know how to sign before, so we know how to say, I love you. I would like to add that Dr. John Long at USC Upstate has provided tremendous support to our Rotary programs over the last few years, and that having the ability to bring students on board, challenge them to actually work in the logistics of planning a program like this, and leaving them alone to actually do that. You know, I'm a strong delegator, and sometimes people can get themselves in trouble when they take on missions that are totally new and foreign to them. But regardless of whether they advanced forward or had some disruptive experience, that experience is part of the experience of being an intern. And the ETV people at the university who referred the videographer team, I thought was a wonderful asset, and we never could have afforded to produce this kind of a memento, not only for the participants or the Rotary Club and the university, but also to be able to share with our legislators and with Rotary International, and to be able to truly demonstrate that as a community, with a project like this, we can come together and, utilizing everybody's best skills, really produce a dynamic representation. So I look forward to seeing the results of your work, and I thank you so much for the dedication and the commitment that you have made as students to this project.